going from obviously the previous guide, if people were following along from my last video, in this one there really isn't much to do. A lot of it is basically just speed running and completing the game. The only difference in the Insanity run, realistically, is the end part as Grace, which is where we're going to be using the that needle gun to be able to help us get through it a little bit easier. But that is by far the hardest part, is that section. The rest of the game is pretty easy. Grace is going to have infinite ammo with the Requiem, takes 2 shots to the body to kill a zombie, 1 shot in the head, and then Leon's going to be having the RPG, which is just this, the RPG. It's going to do devastating damage and basically kill everyone. There's only like 2 sections where you don't use the RPG, one of which is the sniper section with Leon, and the other one is when you're coming down the elevator. I prefer to have the shotgun on hand and or the Requiem because the sniper doesn't really work out too well there.
Why am I even here?
So the other trophies that we're going to be going for. So I've already popped all the trophies because this is on my account on the Insanity, so the trophies aren't going to pop, but I will go for the challenges that I went for on the Insanity run that got corrupted. And that is just, we'll be going for 300 kills, which you would get naturally just coming through Insanity on New Game Plus. Saving with an ink ribbon, which again is just going to be natural. That is just going to happen. First thing, we're going to save very early on. And then we're going to kill the chef. We're going to kill Chunk. And we're going to do 300 blood, use 300 worth of blood with the blood injector because we can use that on this run. Also crafting stuff with the blood injector is another trophy. Using the analyzer, I believe, is also another trophy. And then just because I forgot to do it on my playthrough until right at the very end on the last one, I'll also show where you can get the lockpick because it is one that I forget is a thing, which is why I missed out on it. I am going to try and do a speedrun technique for funsies, I think. There is a way where you can get past the first section as Grace quite quickly, and I've watched a couple of videos on it, and I think I know how to do it. I've not tried to replicate it yet, so I'm going to give it a go, and I'm going to try and do the speedrun technique. If I fail the speedrun technique, I'll edit this in DaVinci, and I'll edit out the speedrun section and just I'll just edit it to the section as to when I'm like doing it properly. You can do the Insanity part like the usual way, how you usually do it, where the girl comes down, you run into a room to make her despawn, you run back and grab the screwdriver, you hide, you run out, she comes in the way, you go back into the room, you come back down again, she comes, you grab the bottle from the table, which I'll show you where the location is for it, you lob that and you walk past her. Like, that is... Do you know what, actually? I take back everything I just said. You guys are watching this as a guide, I will not do the speedrun technique. I'm curious by it, I won't do it. I'll keep it simple. This way's try it, like, it works. I would rather you guys have a solution for it that works as opposed to learning the speedrun technique. Although the speedrun technique doesn't look too difficult, if people are not confident in wanting to do the speedrun technique, I'll try and just make sure it's easier for people. That makes more sense, doesn't it? Okay. So as I say, the game is pretty much the same as usual. There is a antique coin here as well. If you want to pick that up. On insane difficulty. You don't need it necessarily, but it is useful to help get you the rest of the upgrades if you want them later on. This section here I find quite annoying. We should just be able to hold X, tank a hit, and then be able to escape before he does it again without holding left or right if you just hold X straight away. I believe, anyway. So we'll see. So if you just hold X, he's going to shoot you, and you're going to get injured. Oh, he actually missed. The next one might injure us. But if you let go of X to try and dodge, it resets the progress, which is not good.
Get away! Get away from me! Oh shit! Stay away!
Yeah, from resetting the PC, obviously, and going to OBS to the Streamlabs, I had to redo all of my settings again. So I'm hoping everything seems okay. And that is also partially why there is no webcam as well. I have lost my border that I had for my webcam scene. So I've got to retrieve it on Fiverr, but I'm waiting for that retrieval to come through. It could take up to 12 days apparently. So I have to wait. But you don't need the webcam. So, we're ignoring the item box. We don't need to pick it up. We should have the Infinite Requiem and the Infinite Pistol. We're not even going to be using the pistol. We're just going to pull that Requiem, and you're just going to shoot them, blast their head off. Same as this guy, blast his head off.
Get Brentwood locked down.
You can climb up and over there. If you want, like, you can basically get another tracker if you want to get more points. We won't be needing it, though. Because we just need to get enough points to buy the RPG, and the RPG is going to be 8,000 points. The only hard bit you're going to have here is you're going to have two of these guys, these boil heads. So if you just want to like start shooting them as early as possible, obviously try and hit them in the head. They take 2 shots again to be able to kill. But yeah, those boil heads, make sure you shoot them before progressing forward because they will kill you very quickly. So you just want to be safe with that. But yeah, killing... you don't need to pick up that ammo. Killing these guys, killing the zombies, is just going to give you... I tried shooting the person. It's just going to give you more points per kill. You see, we're getting 1,000 points per kill. This is why in the video I suggested about you don't really need to make a save to do the backups to get that 200,000 points trophy. You can literally just play the game normally, and you'll most certainly end up unlocking it.
Let's make this quick.
So do not worry about that. So shoot all of them. Allow him to climb up onto the thing so we can run past. Oh, did not mean to climb up that, but this is fine. And we just make our way to the end. If you can make your way to the end sooner without killing those ones around there, then go for it. There's no harm to it. So long as you have 8,000 points, that is all. That is all you need. We need those 8,000 points to be able to buy ourselves the RPG. And that is what we want. So, usually, as I say, for the speed run of this, we want to go here and we want to pick up this bottle for us. This isn't for the speed run. This is... Oh, we can't pick it up yet. We need the light. Yeah, usually for the speed run for this, we can get through this whole section without doing loads of back and forth. You need to come down here and still get the lighter. That is just default. But you can basically stop just a lot of waiting. But as I say, if people are less confident and not wanting to... If you want to do the technique, then Google it and try and replicate it. You know, this section's only small. It will save you a little bit of time. It doesn't save you a tremendous amount of time. It'll save you maybe like 3 or 4 minutes. But, you know, if you're impatient and you want to get things done quickly, like me, usually, then go and definitely use that. But here is where you would get the first achievement for the insane difficulty, which will be for saving with the ink ribbon. You want to grab the ink ribbon here, come over to the machine and just do a save. I will say there is... well, I'm not going to get the trophy, just as a reminder, because I already have it, but you'll get a trophy there. We will have infinite ink ribbons as grace, so we won't be picking up any more ink ribbons. You just don't get access to it until the first item box. But I make a save there, because if you are to die, you will have to just restart this kind of walking section again, and it's just not fun. It's alright, if you want to come around here, you can grab this bottle now. So we'll be using that very shortly. So here is where the speedrun bit would usually come in. So when she spawns, you run out here and you hide to the corner there, and you wait until she reaches a certain point and you can run past her, get the screwdriver by having her hit the barrel over to you. You climb up here, get the screwdriver, and you can run out, and then she won't come and stop you. That is like a very, very quick way of being able to do it. It seems relatively simple as well, it doesn't seem too bad. But this is the way to do it, to make it a little bit safer. So yeah, basically you would hide here, you'd wait until she reaches that doorknob, then you run past, and as you run through into here, you set yourself up over by where the screwdriver is. And she will always knock this barrel, or this like crate thing, towards you, so you can climb up onto it, get the screwdriver, jump back down and run away without her hitting you. Obviously it is still pretty close, but it doesn't seem too bad. But anyway, we're gonna do this. Dedicate into pulling it. I know we're in insanity difficulty, and enemies move a bit faster, but dedicate into pulling it. Don't get scared by her, because she will see you underneath here later on. So you're just gonna make time longer for yourself. You see, you've got plenty of time. You see, I moved it all, climbed up, and still got the thingy out of it. So we'll wait for her to basically do her script and head over to the left. And then what we're going to do is we're going to creep out, we're going to grab the med injector, and then we're going to run. You can have aggro if you want, like you can make her aggro onto you to climb into there, and you can actually manage to run past this bit. But she'll always sort of become scripted, she'll come through there, and what you just want to do is you want to turn around and head back to where the light is. There we go. Yeah, I've not got any game audio because I haven't sorted up on my PC, just as a reminder. So if there are noises that happen and I don't notice a zombie that's over to my left, that is the game audio, and not being able to have the privilege of being able to listen. So, now we're going to run down, she's going to drop from the ceiling. That's going to be scripted, that always happens if you end up having a despawn. So now what we want to do is we just want to sprint all the way back here, and you kind of just want to watch her come closer. And she's going to keep coming closer. She's going to look into the door to the left. And then she's going to start coming forward again towards us. We're going to wait until she's kind of looked through the door and starts progressing towards us again before we then throw the bottle. And we're going to be throwing the bottle over to our right. So you can see, still kind of moving. You don't want to like peek too far around the corner. I don't know like how much her thingy is. There you go. So you can see now she's coming down the hallway. So you sort of want to get your bottle, aim over there, throw it, and just kind of have yourself tucked away. She's just going to walk across there, and if you just want to stay crouched for a bit, have her move a little bit more forward, and then we can probably start sprinting now. I think if you sprint too quickly, obviously one, she can catch up to you, and then if you don't sprint fast enough, I think she can go up into the attic and come back down through that ceiling bit. But there you go. That is how I usually go about it before that speedrun section was discovered. You see, it's, I think that's the scripted way that you're meant to be going through it. And grab the fuse. Obviously this is going to do the chase sequence, so just very quickly turn yourself around and run. And spam X. There we go. So, instead of being left with one lonely revolver Requiem bullet when we come back as Grace, we will be having the full infinite ammo because of our add-ons. We've also got here, so this is the save box as Leon. Instantly, we want to sit there and we want to just buy the RPG. Obviously, if you have more, I'd highly recommend buying body armor. But what we're going to do is we're going to buy some herbs. Because that is, and we'll just sell the handgun ammo because we won't be using it. Because healing is always nice to have. I probably could have sold the handgun as well, to be honest with you.
Yes. It's all very cutting edge.
But yeah, as a reminder, just beforehand, you should have bought, if you were following my guide, you should have bought Freya's Needle as Grace, and you should have more than enough to be able to get this. Freya's Needle as Grace, the RPG, the Infinite Ribbon you should have already unlocked from doing the speedrun. And then you should have also had bought, if I go into the weapons, the infinite ammo with the guns and the infinite ammo with the RPG. Those are the things that you want to be coming into this run with.
Oh, I bet it does.
As I say, both my easy roadmap guide and at the end, I believe, of my walkthrough, I mentioned these things. It's going to make the Insanity run a hell of a lot easier. So, they're going to be a handful of enemies here that you're going to need to kill. Make sure you're not shooting the RPG too close to the ground near you. Because you can injure yourself. And we're going to have one person that's on the floor over there. So I'm just going to shoot that. And then once those are all dead, I think there's going to be that's about 5 enemies there that you kill. At that point, then the knocking on the door will start happening, and we can kill the people that burst through there. So, just currently waiting for that. There we go. Nice and simple. Just going to shoot around the corner because I know there's enemies there. There's no point risking it. I'm going to shoot over there. Just in case. And as soon as Leon says something like that, then you know that all the zombies are dead. He makes his little remark. I'm just going to pick up this. You don't need to be picking up this handgun ammo. I'm literally just going to pick up and I'm going to be selling it. I will not be using it at all. We have the RPG. If you feel like you're going to need more herbs and stuff, then pick it up to sell, because you normally always have like 1 or 2 herbs to buy from inside those boxes whenever they come up. So obviously with the herbs that we currently have, I'm just going to make that. Because that was the one herb that we picked up from the little prologue bit as Leon. And then we bought another 2.
I just hacked into the center's network. Good.
So we currently have a decent amount of healing. Usually I like to save my healing. Actually, I say that we're not even going to be killing Victor on this fight. Because we've done the speed run, we do not need to do the true ending by releasing Elpis. We'll be doing the shorter one, where we destroy Elpis and just skipping the cutscene. So we don't need to worry about that final fight at all. Even though the fight would probably be very easy, considering you'll have the infinite Requiem ammo and the RPG. I don't think things would be too bad. So, first thing, after doing all of that, there are checkpoints in Insanity as well, which makes life a lot easier for us. But we are going to be safe with things. We're going to keep the med injector, and we're just going to take out the infinite ribbon, and I am going to take out the antique coin as well. But that infinite ribbon, we're then going to use that to make a save. Because it's infinite. Why wouldn't you? At this point, whenever you're going past a save room, if you feel like you don't want to sit back and go through everything, make a save. There is no challenge for saving less than X amount of times. It's not going to void any trophies for you. You can just simply do as many saves as you want to. Tell you what, one thing that OBS doesn't seem to have is a view account, which is interesting. That's fine. Alright, so the first shot that you take here, Grace is always going to faff around with the gun a little bit. So take a shot and instantly move and turn around. He's going to do his 4 swings. And then just keep on trying to just shoot him. It doesn't need to be the head. Whenever he does these swings, it's always the 4 swings. You just kind of want to shoot, reload, back up. He'll come into here. And there we go. And I'm shooting him. You can just keep on backing up there. There's no other zombies. He's just going to drop you the antique coin. And obviously you should get the trophy and or challenge, I think, for killing the chef. Can't remember if it was a trophy or not. There is a herb in the bathroom over to the left there if you want it. I'll show you. There's a herb in there if you want to go and grab it, but there is a zombie. So if you go into there, you'll get a herb. But what we want to get is the makeshift knife. Because that is... Usually I don't pick it up. But again, for security, if you end up missing a zombie and getting grabbed, the makeshift knife is... make sure you unlock this door, by the way. That makeshift knife is going to save you from being grabbed. Because you can use it. So we're just going to pick out there. Because usually we would get it from the locker that is coming up. But we won't be doing that. The bottle in here we also want to pick up. I basically use the bottles We'll take it, sure, the transfusion bag. I basically use the bottles and try and save them as much as I can because it's really good later on when you are in the arc sequence as Grace, because you can use the bottles to make the acid bottles, and those acid bottles are really good for killing the lickers, and there are a lot of them in that arc section, and they deal a tremendous amount of damage to you. Basically one shot. That is why the end section on Insane is really the only bit that's the issue. If I'm honest with you, the rest is kind of whatever. But we're backing up there so the scream doesn't hit us. I'm just gonna wait for her to. There we go. Come into view. And we'll kill her. She is also going to drop some antique coins. You can look up a guide for what the codes are for the safes. The safes are all going to have antique coins in it, so if you want to get even more antique coins, then feel free to go ahead and do that. I am not going to do it because I don't think we need to. There isn't really... The only thing we want to get is we want to have, I believe it's 6 to be able to have the bag. So, I'm going to grab that moon quartz, and then now the other thing that we need for the puzzle is in here instead, so you do need to kill that zombie. We are going to need to discard something here. Which I am going to discard the makeshift knife. If you feel less confident, discard the blood transfusion bag. You do not need the blood transfusion bag. There's plenty of blood that we're going to be able to get. So yeah, if you're feeling less confident with it, get rid of the blood. But if you feel confident that you're not going to get grabbed by zombies, get rid of the makeshift knife. Alright, that's going to lead us out to here now.
What if I can't get out?
We're going to put the puzzle piece in there to save up some space. And then we're going to run down and quickly open, put some antique coins in to try and get the more bag space. There we go. This guy will get up, hit like, so just shoot twice, make sure he's dead. And then put any antique coins that you have into here. Oh, it's only 3, not even 6. Look at that. So you'll see now that we don't have the stabilizer and the steroids anymore. It is pistol ammo and the rip knife. Both of which, whatever, we don't really need them. If you want to go around and collect more antique coins to go and get these other upgrades, then by all means, go for it. We will need the upgrade for the blood thing. That's purely for getting steroids though, but it's not essential. I'll just help you out a bit. Basically, in the game, there are going to be 3 empty med injectors that we need to use, and you can use those empty med injectors to create steroids, or you can make stabilizers, but steroids is better, especially for insanity. And so that is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to try and see if we can max out our steroids, so then hopefully you don't get one shot by lickers, and you can just, you know, sustain more damage as Grace. So I'm going to move along then to here. I'll tell you when the injectors come up as well. I'm going to shoot you. And we're going to shoot you. Always try and aim for the head if you can, because they will get turned into blisters. Like the blister head zombies. And those blister head zombies are a pain in the ass. So always, where you can, aim for the head, because if they have no head, they can't turn into a blister head. That's my hot tip. So, there we go. We'll pick that up. The blood collector. We'll click the analyzer. And we'll do these puzzles. This should, I believe, give you a trophy. If it's the first time, obviously, you're doing it. This one is just clicking that middle one. If you don't know it by now, you're just trying to turn everything into red. I think there is one extra one that we get in insane difficulty. But yeah, now we're going to head over and we're going to kill Chunk. You'll see like quite a lot of these, like this guy as well. He drops an antique coin. Chunk's going to drop an antique coin. The medical, this guy there, he's going to drop when I hit him. He's going to drop an antique coin. What I got on the trophy there for killing 3 in one shot too. So you can see like you can get quite a lot. And we only need 5. Oh, actually 4. And Chunk is... Oh no, Chunk's not going to drop you one, sorry. I lied. Chunk won't drop you an antique coin. Chunk is going to drop you a charm. And we are actually going to take that charm. Because what that charm is when you take lethal damage, it means it's less likely that you're actually going to die from it. So, what you want to do, you want to look down here while you grab this. Nope, I wasn't looking down enough. That is my bad. But if you're looking down when you grab it, you can avoid getting stunned. And then you can start backing up towards this door and shooting Chunk as much as you can. When he gets up like that, he's going to move quite fast. So you want to then push your way into the door. And then just reload and yeah, kill him. There you go. You want to kind of stay away from him as well, because obviously he does AoE damage. So don't be near that door. What you want to do is pick up that lockpick, because we will be using that lockpick. The lockpick is only going to open up a drawer to crafting materials that you can use as grace to make magnum ammo, but this is purely going to be for if you didn't get the lockpick trophy from the previous one.
Well, at least
Oh.
it's easier to walk around now.
He did drop an oh, he dropped antique coins for me because I've already got the charm, I believe. So I'll show you, like, we can get more antique coins, don't worry, because we are going to be getting antique coins from this singer. She will drop us some antique coins. This guy on the right here, be careful, because he moves pretty fast. So if you instead want to make sure that you kill him first of all, after shooting the singer. Just done a weird little spin there. There you go. So she will have... Oh, that's the hunting knife. I didn't actually want the hunting knife. There you go. So she's going to have some antique coins with her. As I say, end of the day, if you are ever short on antique coins, use one of the 3. We're going to be going back into the examination area. You know, use one of those 3 saves. You'll get more antique coins. They're very easy to come by, and also, again, some more of the zombies will drop them. You'll most likely get, what is that, 8 antique coins in total that you're going to need for the essential ones that I need to pick up. And it's really not too bad at all. So you want to kill these zombies in this room. We're basically killing every zombie we come across. One, because it's going to help to get the 300 kills trophy. But more importantly, when we come back through here as Grace with Emily, we can sit here and... oh, we don't want to pick up that key. We've got the bottle, we've got that analyzer in here as well, so that's what we're after, is the analyzer. But yeah, when we come back through here as Emily, with Emily, we won't have anyone in our way. And that's what we want. I realise I did miss something. We're meant to be using the corrosive up here, so just a quick backtrack. I always forget this. No, through here, and there's also a save here as well, which is obviously very useful to use once you've done all of that, in case you had trouble with the room with the singer, because I know that singer can deal quite a significant amount of damage.
What the fuck does he mean, destiny?
So, use the corrosive, fill up some space, or clear out some space for us. And then it is star, sun, moon, sun, was it? Yes. If you did not pick up all the files and all of the raccoons in the previous run, and you didn't do a cleanup for it, you can pick up the files on this run. You don't need to pick up all the files again. You can load up an old save, see the files that you've got missing, and compare it to a chart. And then within that chart, obviously grab the files to the ones that you are missing. It's going to save you having... it's going to save you having to go back and forth and having to recollect all the files again. That's going to make it much easier for you. So when I come to this drawer, I'm going to use a lockpick. This will give you the trophy like mother, like daughter, if you don't have it already. We don't need to pick up the contents that are inside of it, because we are not going to be using it to craft. And I'm just going to come back into here and use the save box. And we're going to put that in there just to save up some space. And then we are going to save the game. The only reason we've really come back here is so I can use... Well, we need to come back here anyway. But we're going to sit there and get the upgrade to our blood. So this guy should be dead. Thank you. If you have, as I say, if you have other antique coins, there's no harm in collecting the other items, but... You don't need them. So long as you've got these two. These are the two that we need. I'm just going to put the other 4 in here so I don't need to go back and put it away in an item box. That, I'm surprised I hit. I'm going to grab that herb.
I guess.
Go into here. You can save your game here as well if you want to be safe. I'm not going to. But there is no harm. We just came in there for the wrench. So this big guy is going to take more than just the 1 bullet. Well, he's not going to take more than 1 bullet. But the whole sequence is going to take more than 1 bullet. It's going to take you 2 bullets unless you miss. So I'm going to grab these lungs. We're going to go back, get the lights on, around. Okay. I haven't played Resident Evil in like 4 or 5 days, so if I'm a little bit rusty on some of the things that I'm doing, it's because it's been that amount of time since I've done it. But shouldn't be too bad. As I say, it's even just more evident in how easy the Insanity run is once you've done all the preparation for it. So you want to shoot that bit there and wait for that to rise up and shoot it. But yeah, just how easy Insanity is. It honestly is a... it's pretty much using the same run that we done last time, minus getting the files and the raccoons, because this time we just got infinite ammo. We don't need it. This side room here, by the way, smash these crates. You might get something different to me. Hopefully you do. Hopefully you get a herb in there. But if you have pistol ammo, again, you don't need to pick it up unless you want to sell it. Well, actually, no, you can't even sell it as grace, so there's no point picking it up. And then there's another one there as well. There's no herb. Also, scrap. Don't pick up scrap. We're not going to be needing it. We are literally just going to need blood, empty injectors. Those are the only things we're going to be using for crafting. And speaking of empty injectors, we're coming up to where our first one is going to be. Which is in here. So I want to get rid of him. Get rid of him. There we go. I'm going to need to get rid of some stuff, so I'm actually going to get rid of you. Probably, and then the empty injector is here. You still alive? Because there was a hitbox there. Yeah. Look at that. And there is going to be another thing there that you can analyze. So we've got an analyzer here, so we're going to use the one that we picked up from the other room. This one, do I remember what this one was? Oh, I think it was here, here, here. There you go. That's that one. It's just the handgun ammo and rip knife. And then you've got the other analyzer here. A converged one. You don't need to do every single one of these. They are like, you know, kind of optional, I suppose. Oh, I've done that in the wrong way. Okay, don't worry, I've done it. That's given us a med injector. And the last one that we're going to be picking up is going to be the one that gives us thingy. We're going to leave this herb. Don't pick it up. Let Leon pick that one up. Yeah, the last one, the main one that we need is the white one, which we are going to be getting when we go into... go back into the room where we actually picked up the blood injector. Make sure you got 120 blood as well, which you should be able to pick up. You need 120, I believe, to make the steroids and an empty injector. Nope. Let's not use the Requiem for it. There we go. Perfect. More boxes there if you want to break them open. See if you can get some more herbs if you need it. If you are low on health, the game will automatically, like, so those boxes, whenever you're breaking something, because you've got random things inside. So, you know, if you're low on pistol ammo and you've got a pistol in your inventory, it's going to give you a pistol. If we actually, like, if you're low on health, it's going to give you a herb. You know, these are the things that it's going to kind of prioritize for you. But, as I say, if you're taking it, like, even just the remotely bit slow and being cautious with your movement, not running into enemies, keeping your distance, you shouldn't be having any trouble at all, really. And just being able to get through everything without really taking any damage. So you can see that we've now got the organs. We're going to put the jewel, this other piece, in the door, just so we can have a little bit more room. You can, if you want to, keep it with you, or you can put it in the save box and pick it up when we come back out as Emily. We're just going to chuck it into there. We're not timed on this. We're not trying to get a speed run trophy on the insane difficulty. We can kind of be a little bit more chill with it. There's no tight time restraint for us. So, put the lungs in first and then the heart. Don't do what I've done. Just waste a couple of seconds there. Just stand in this corner and kind of aim down here. Then he's just going to fall to the ground over to the left. And you just pop him in the head. And that's that done. That gives us the level 2. He's turned into a blister head. We can kind of ignore him. Because we're not going to be coming that way when we bring Emily. So, and Chunk's not going to get in your way. So we can just ignore him and not kill him. I'm going to go over to here. And this is going to be where we get a second empty injector. There is a zombie here, so just be careful. Try and like slowly edge your way around. Don't even attempt really to try and get the headshot. Just hit him the once, and then when he's staggered or knocked down, hit him the second time. And now this white injector is the main one that we are after. And this is going to be here, 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 and then there in the corner. Yeah, I don't know how the other one worked. I don't know how it allowed me to get through it when I definitely didn't do the minimum conversions. Maybe it's because I've already done it before in another run. It just let me have it. But yeah, there's the power picks, yet again, guide will tell you how things are, and it's the same as the usual one. So now that we've gotten that, though, we've gotten 2 empty injectors and we've got 130 blood. We're going to make steroids. You can make stabilizer, which increases firepower and stability of your shots. You just don't need it. You're one shot with the Requiem. It can be good later on, actually. Oh, actually, that's a good point. It could be good against the lickers in comparison. But for now, we're probably going to do 2 steroids. And then maybe I'll do 1 stabilizer to see if it makes it a little bit better. And they double up as a healing item. So don't use them straight away. I'd say wait until you need... wait until you need healing. Then use them. I'm not going to pick that herb up until a little bit later.
I can't tell.
Because we're basically going to be coming back into this room and jumping down as Grace. So we won't pick those up just yet. If you need them, feel free to pick them up. It's just, I'm acknowledging to you guys that I see it. I'm just not picking it up. There's also blood there that I will be picking up. But because we've got these enemies here, I want to make sure that they are taken care of first before we move anywhere else. Because remember, we are going to be bringing Emily through this. I know I sound like a broken record with this. But we are just killing all of the enemies. So when we run through with Emily, it is completely fine. So I'm just going to use it whilst they're here. Getting this one from this guy's knob. There you go. We've got 120 again. And we can sit there and we can make another steroids. There we go. The final empty injector. I don't know where a fourth one can be. But the final empty injector that I know of is going to be in the basement area with Gray. So we'll be getting it very shortly. I believe if you use the 2 steroids, you won't get one shot by the girl, I think. I've not actually tried it. I'm just assuming so. But what we'll be doing is we'll take the... You can take that charm that makes you less likely to die. That is going to be what's going to be of more use. So we're going to put the bottle away because we don't need it. We're going to use that ID wristband in a bit. But this is the charm that you'll basically have. Is the I Spy charm. Increases likelihood you'll survive fatal damage. That is the one that you will get from Chunk as opposed to the antique coins. So I'm just going to keep that in my inventory now. As I say, we picked up more antique coins than what I think you'll be picking up, but just used any of those safes. You can backtrack to the safe, and it will be simple. Use any of the codes, but I think you should still get more than enough anyway to be able to, from what I picked up. Pick up that green herb, and then we'll run. But yeah, you should have more than enough antique coins from what we got. I think I managed to obviously get that rip knife, and that was like an extra 5. And I think Chunk only gave us the extra 2, I want to say. 2 or 3, so.
We're close.
Let's bring Emily through to the isolation ward. If they start turning into blister heads or whatever, just focus on sprinting. We don't care. They will despawn. As soon as we put Emily down here and we're into this defense section, they will despawn. Let's make some green herbs out of that. So I'm going to come out here. I'm going to shoot that guy. This guy also comes out. Shoot him. And we're going to turn around and there's going to be another guy coming from here. I'm going to blow his brains out. Just make sure that they are dead. And then you're going to have this guy in here that's going to get up to shoot him in the head. You can also come in here and grab the transfusion bag. And now you're kind of just chilling. You're Ben chilling until one of them turns into a blister head. Which is happening now. So I'm just going to grab that other transfusion bag from there. And there he is. And then just shoot him in the head. And then you're done.
What is that?
That section done. What I might do is actually we can, because I lost obviously the beginning bit of the footage. That's the bit that got corrupted. Basically like the whole grey section here. So I might then splice in the Leon section from the old recording for the other half. Because by then we've basically achieved most things.
FBI?
So you can sell stuff in the crates here if you want to.
Grace Ashcroft. Victor Tremander.
I'm just not going to. You can also, if you haven't gotten the trophy for getting all the crafting materials as Leon, it is worth doing some extra searching to try and get gunpowder. You saw I just ran past gunpowder there. Run, grab, and sell. A bit of both. A bit of both, I'll say, Drew. I do love this game. I do adore this game. I've really enjoyed Resident Evil. And they recently, I don't know if you've seen, but like they've sort of announced a DLC that's going to be coming out for it. So there's kind of like a mini game mode that's coming out in May, I think. And I'm hoping it's going to kind of be, because the guy was wearing an Ethan Must Die shirt. So I'm hoping it's going to be like a Grace Must Die. And that will be sick. Resident Evil 7 was probably like some of the best like DLC has been, in my opinion. I I do love the Resident Evil 7 DLC. Definitely the best Resident Evil DLC, hands down. So that's going to be coming out in May, and we're going to be getting some story expansions as well to see what else is going to be happening. Maybe we get to play as Chris. Really excited for what the future of this game has. If you come into this room, by the way, pick up the herbs that we left as Grace earlier. Resident Evil 7 is the best Resident Evil. Yeah. I mean, I love Resident Evil. I don't know what one I'd say my favorite is. Resident Evil 7 is obviously up there. I love RE7 because it brought the game back from the horrendous place that it was in.
What a fucking shame.
It brought it back. The only section I don't like about it is the boat section at the end. The boat section at the end is kind of like, it sucks. But the rest of the game, that is survival horror at its peak. It's definitely not Dead Aim. It's definitely not Dead Aim. If I remember correctly, Resident Evil Dead Aim actually has a banging soundtrack. So, you know, how's that going for it? If you can, pulling that lever earlier is definitely more beneficial. Because it's just going to make this guy spawn faster. And that should be the end of that. The best 45-minute Resident Evil. Here's a quick one. I'm wondering what the next remake one is that they're going to release is. I'm hoping that they're going to do 0 and 1 before they do 5. But I have a feeling Resident Evil 5 is going to get the remake before that. And I'd be intrigued about if they went and tried to do Resident Evil 6. Like, if they instead, like, took the idea of Resident Evil 6 but made it less of a just dumpster mess. And maybe change some of the script. Well, they would do, because they'd have different voice acting and stuff. That would be interesting. Alright, we are back as Grace.
Why is this under the hospital?
So this section as well can be a little bit tedious on Insanity difficulty because the girl can basically one-shot you. So you want to make sure that you got your sneaking game on. I'll show you how I go through it. I'm just going to put the blood transfusion bags into here. And I'm going to put this herb and a steroids into there. So then we've got one med injector. You can keep more inventory space if you want to. You can put other stuff away. But that's just the inventory space that I'm going to keep. And then we're going to make a save. It's not the next remake will not be Resident Evil Outbreak. Alright. Go ahead and shoot these guys in the head. We don't want them respawning on us. This one will respawn on us regardless. It turns into a blister. But we don't want them respawning on us anytime soon. And then here, do not shoot this guy. Because there is where the other empty injector is. Which we're going to want to pick up. Alright. Do not be scared on this point. I know you're going to be scared. But don't be scared. We're going to pick this up and we're going to sprint. And we're going to stare her. We're going to stare. I think she's called Marie. We're going to stare her right in the face. And we're just going to sprint down to the left here. And just keep running over to this power circuit. Interact with it. Put the power circuit in. And you can see it's going to take her a while to even reach us before she even goes in. So you've got plenty of time to do it. But if you just you just want to turn around and sprint and you want to go past her, kill this guy as well. It just saves you having to do another waiting section. And it's very carefree. Make sure they're dead. Pick you up.
That's 2.
Yeah, this section, as I say, because Grace can get one shot by the girl, this section is probably the most tedious. More specifically, the bit I'm about to do here is the bit I don't like the most in this section. but I have found a way to get through it a little bit easier. I usually like to come and make a save. Yet again, we've got the infinite ink ribbon. Doesn't matter. If you're trying to speed through the game you don't want to, then don't save it here, but this next section could be a little bit difficult. I open this up to begin with because I'm literally just coming in here to pick up the Molotov recipe. You don't need it because we won't be making the Molotovs. We're going to be making the acids bottles instead. But I pick it up just because I like having that almost reassurance where for whatever reason I missed the recipe for the acid part. I can use the Molotovs instead. Molotovs are nowhere near as good as against liquors. Acid's really good against liquors. The Molotovs are good against the like the, I don't even know what they're called, but the zombies that are within that area. So you want to pick up this bottle, and we're going to be using this bottle. So you're going to sprint over here, and she's going to drop down. Now, at this point, you're kind of just waiting for her to stop eating the body. But what we're going to be doing is when she stopped eating the body, we're going to be chucking the bottle in that room behind us, and she's going to start eating the body that's in there instead. And that's going to give you time to be able to squeeze through the gap and run into the next section and make some noise and put the batteries down. So this is the way I found out the best for it. So as soon as she starts turning around and she's eating the body, we're going to turn around, lob the bottle into there, and stay crouched and make your way around the other way. While she walks into there and picks up, starts chowing down at the body, which, yeah, we can squeeze through here, which is lovely. As I say, I can't hear the noise right now, but I'm hoping in the background you can hear her chowing down on her meal, on her dinner. We're just going to keep on running. So if she isn't chowing down, she drops down through there, in which you could just go into the save room until she despawns. But because she is for us, we can make our way through and very quickly shoot him. You can take your time to line up the shot on him. Also, when you're in your inventory like this, time stops. So if she's very close to you, you don't need to be panicking. So I'm going to chuck both of them in. I'm going to squeeze in through here. I should have mentioned this earlier, actually. If you done the requirement for waiting like 15 minutes in that previous playthrough, and you've got the doll in your save box, before you go into the isolation ward with Emily, and you take in to do that final section, what you want to do is you want to take Emily, like when you're picking up Emily, you want to pick her up and you want to pick in your inventory the doll, and you want to go up to where you encountered Victor in the office room, next to where you killed Chunk, and you get the second puzzle piece. You want to take her up into that room with the doll. And that is where you can sit there and get the that final puzzle solution if you're after getting all the challenges done. As I say, it's probably good to, like, you know, clear out the entire area first anyway, because at least then you know that you can take her up there. And there is going to be no infected that is going to be in your way. And then you can just quickly do that before heading down into the isolation ward. I'm just going to get blood from this guy's penis. And get blood from here. Remember, we want 120. We could use the transfusion bags. It would make the most sense. But the transfusion bags I like using for... I like using the transfusion bags for making the acid bombs at the end of the game. Because as I say, that is the most difficult part. So the lights are going to go out here, and we're going to start crouching because Marie would have dropped down, and she's going to be in the room. You can see her there very, very briefly. But if we just sort of crouch here and you want to wait, I'm going to wait here, and as soon as she turns around, we're going to start following her whilst crouched. There we go. I'm going to start following her whilst crouched now. And we're going to come and go over to this right side because we want to go inside this vent. And as soon as we're inside this vent, she's going to turn around and she is going to climb up. And there you go. It's climbed up and out of the way. We're going to put that in, do this, and that allows us to go through. Yeah, again, you can be risky and try and sprint it. And, you know, put the battery in as quickly as possible. Because as soon as the light goes, she'll retreat. But it is very risky. Possible, but risky. I did think I was going to get grabbed there. Apparently these guys don't really deal damage. It's just more of a nuisance. More than anything. That's lined up perfectly for us to be able to run through there. And a nice little thing for us to go here. I was really hoping we could squeeze through into that one, but it doesn't look like we can. Okay, we're next to him. Okay, we are glitched in bodies. This is fine. this is fine. I don't know what's going on. Okay, I know, we'll just go through here. Yeah, you obviously do not need to wait 15 minutes if you're after the challenge for New Game Plus if you've already done it before. I'm going to have another save here. I'm going to grab the herb. Wait for it to be done and jump down. Have that trigger.
What?
You can pick up the Molotov if you want to. I'm not going to.
Processing will now begin.
Processing. Shit, no!
I really thought this section was going to be like quite difficult on insane difficulty. When I first done a playthrough on this on standard, I was like, oh, this is going to be one of those like, it's like, oh, it's this section. I need to go and do this. Honestly, it's not too bad. Remember, it takes 2 bullets to kill them. But hopefully, you know, you would have stunned them long enough to end up going out. Or just shoot them in the head. And then they don't have time to get back up because they've got no brains. It's why it could be pretty good when you're sitting there doing the casual run to turn off auto aim just to get used to being able to line up for the heads. To be fair, auto aim kind of annoys me more than it benefits me, I feel like. But I keep it on anyway because I just can't be asked to turn it off. Yeah, if you're struggling to aim for the heads or you're panicking too much, just aim for the body. And as I say, like if you shoot him in the body there, so you can just get staggered instantly when you shoot him on the ground. The only downside with the Requiem is its fire rate. It's quite slow.
Processing complete.
It stopped. It finally stopped. Thank God.
Alright, I'm going to come up, grab this battery. And jump back down again. Oh, try turning a little bit too quickly there. You can make another save there if you want to. If you're not feeling comfortable. In fact, I'd advise maybe just to make a save there. It's better safe than sorry. This next section's going to be like... It's not going to be difficult. You're going to have the girl spawn behind you and chase you for a bit. But it's very easy to get through. Another herb there if you need it. Obviously make Don't make the med injector. We're going to need the blood. Well, I suppose you can make the med injector if you've got a full and you can use the fusion bags, but there's no point. So, it comes into here. So, first of all, I believe, if we just run forward, he's going to break that, which is good for us. We're going to run past, we're going to grab the empty injector, then we're going to run back into here. Maybe try and kill that blister head first. But yeah, so we're going to do that before we go and get the other battery. Because, you know, it's pretty safe. I don't know if she can spawn near you at that point, but you don't need to worry about it because you're so close to a light to be able to get out of it. If she does, you can leave. So that is the third empty injector. I am going to be using this empty injector instead of steroids. I'm actually going to be using this empty injector to do a stabilizer. You will not need to. This is just so... If you feel like you're taking more damage, then do it for... keep it for steroids. If you feel like you want to deal more, do the stabilizers. I've been getting those names the right way around, haven't I? Yeah. Alright, we're going to take this battery then. So we've now got all 3 batteries. We've done all 3 injectors as well. That's where the locations are. I think it's actually kind of good that I ended up having to record this bit because I think I missed one of the injectors in the recording that got corrupted. Quickly chuck the 3 batteries into there.
Hold on tight.
And then the same sequence as usual. Just sprint and get through out of this.
Just don't let go.
Yeah, I think using the steroids to give yourself a little bit of extra damage, and then you use the submachine gun to get the kills, that little bit of extra damage is going to be, you know, it's nice. It's going to be nice. Usually it takes, I think without the charm and without the stabilizers, I believe it takes like, if you hit a licker, this is for a licker, if you hit the licker with every bullet in the head, it will take an entire clip. If you miss a couple of headshots and go for the body, it's going to take a clip and a little bit. And so how it normally works is like I will shoot at a licker, and if it starts coming towards me and like if it starts running towards me and I haven't stunned it, I will stop shooting it and try and like bank a sharp corner whilst reloading, and then turn around and try and shoot it again to get a stun. They can attack. There's only one attack that they do really quick, and they kind of do a back step, stand still looking at you, and then sort of pounce. That's the most dangerous one that will grab you. With the rest of the time, you can kind of abuse their attack patterns by making sure that you're going around corners first of all, and like taking a wide angle. Yeah, there we go. Let's make our way through here.
Hey, Emily.
And yeah, at this point as well, you can make another save here if you want to. You can also take Emily up to the location that you need to do for the puzzle, the final puzzle piece. You can also do that now if you want. The whole place is more than likely going to be clear.
Finally.
Clear of Zeds.
We did it. Emily? Are you alright? Emily?
I don't know.
Well, let's just... we need to keep moving. Oh my god.
So we're going to make our way to here. Obviously, same section as usual. This bit, again, can be a little bit annoying.
Please.
I have died a few times to this section at the end of it. Thankfully, the save spot is right next to where, you die anyway. Don't stand around and try and shoot all of the zombies in the escape sequence here. I find that like trying to shoot all the zombies is just not good. It just doesn't seem to work. And then also, if you pick up the canister to hit the zombies instead, again, sometimes it feels as if it just doesn't work, because sometimes the zombies move very quickly and can grab you very quickly. So you kind of want to be quick. To counter the quick, you be quick. So you can try and go slow with the shooting, but yeah, I'll just advise not to. We're not going to sit there and save now, because we'll be coming back to that save point and there's going to be no immediate danger for us until the countdown starts happening. So, we're just going to do the same path as we will usually take. Grab the key, open the door, skip that. Listen to Victor cheer, and run. So now, make a save. Make a save here. Because this is the section where there is a chance that you will die. So, if you want to be safe, we're going to test this out. Oh, that was terrible. We're going to sort of stay in this room. I'm just going to shoot these guys from a distance. There you go, so they're all dead. Just going to reload in case we need it. Okay. We're going to run. Stick to the left. Don't use the right one. Now stick to the right. And squeeze through here. And to the left again. Should be able to get to here. You might get grabbed here at this point, but basically you just want to shoot that one person to go through, and then can just heal and squeeze past, and there you go. You should have enough healing there to get through it. If you want to not get grabbed, if you don't have any healing, you can take out the 4 that we took out, aggro some, run back, shoot them, aggro some, run back, shoot them. I don't actually think there's a time limit for this section. At least I've never stayed in there long enough for anything bad to happen, so I think you've got ample time to do stuff. Switch to third person when that cutscene happens, because when you then reach this point, Grace is going to start running faster. And it's just easier. And you want to get your gun out here. You're going to have them spawn in. So you want to shoot them. You can get past him. If you carry on sprinting, you can actually just sprint past him. But I'm just not going to risk it. Instead, we'll clear him out. And being in third person here is just easy. It's just quicker. You don't have to be in third person. It's just, look how much faster Grace is moving in third person here. Now I'm going to switch over to first before we reach this bit, so we don't stagger. We can just go up the staircase.
Why does this
Staircase.
keep happening?
Very evidently a ladder, but here you go. We're going up the staircase, I suppose. Take care of him. You don't need to take care of him. You can run over to the left, but again, it's only the one zombie. Might as well shoot him. If Apple had a car, would it still have windows? I think Drew would be very proud if they were around to see that.
Sherry, Grace is still here.
The FBI agent.
Alright, this section here is where we're going to need the sniper rifle. You cannot use the rocket launcher the entire time here. So you'll have a save box here that you can grab. And what we're going to want to do is you want to grab the Marksman 1A. Might as well grab the body armor here if you have enough. And then you want to go over to the Marksman 1A and you want to add a scope to it because it won't have one automatically. Ignore that section as much as it will try and drag you towards it. And then you're just going to want to aim down there towards the door and shoot. That's going to kill everyone for Grace there. You don't want to shoot here to shoot that guy next to you. And now we're going to switch over to the sniper. At some point, there is going to be a blister head that comes behind you. I don't have noise on. As soon as you hear the noise, turn around and kill the blister head behind you. But for now, we're just going to be sniping these guys and clearing them out. They spawn in the same pattern as they did the last time. So you saw that I took the guy out down at the bottom. I sniped the guy out over there. We're going to have someone come from the fence now. Oh. So we'll kill him. We can shoot the propane tank for that one. I always find that one quite annoying to kill. You can use the rocket launcher on the people down here. There you go, the door has been open. I'm just going to shoot one. It's there. That's got rid of the blister head. Yeah, you want to be careful with this RPG. You don't want to shoot it too close to Grace. Leon. Leon. He was taking 20 years there to switch over to his sniper rifle. I don't know why that took so long. There you go. You can see Grace can get grabbed for a fair while. Always try and aim for the heads. And I don't know where the crosshair was going there. There you go. So yeah, you do have a blister head that comes behind. I'll just quickly show you. There's his leg. That was my evidence. So there was one behind us.
Excuse me.
Alright, I'm going to shoot down here, because that guy on the ground to the left will grab you. And I am just going to shoot here this time. We might as well. There's going to be more zombies here at this point that are on the ground that come up and try and grab you, but if you just shoot, it's going to give you more points. And the more points we get, the higher armor we can have. Which, now that we're going to be playing as Leon for pretty much the rest of this, for the majority now of this playthrough. Got the meninjator there. No harm in doing it. There you go. And now we are going to be Grace yet again for the final section now with Grace and be able to do the boss battle. So not too bad. I think it's taken about like an hour and a bit. We're like basically, well, this is like the halfway point of the game. I managed to get through it, only really getting hit the once, which again, you could easily not get hit there and be much safer with it
I'm so sorry.
than what I was being. So we'll take Emily into here and then make a well, take the med injector. And then what you want to do is you can mess around with your inventory. You don't need to. I'm just going to get rid of the stuff in the inventory that we don't need anymore. I'm going to bring these steroids back into our inventory because at this point there's a good chance that you might want to use them. You might want to take the steroids at this point and then make a save. So with that save, we're coming up to this section. So this section is the other section where I kind of had some troubles with when it came to insane difficulty. Again, it's not terrible, but there are some times where it seems like it went a little bit inconsistency for me. There's basically just one section at the end where what we're going to want to try and do is we want her to get aggroed onto us. She's going to spawn here to the right. You just want to carry on sprinting. Believe in yourself. But yeah, so there's a bit where we kind of want her to chase us at the end, and it's going to save us being like chucked over behind her. So first of all, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to grab this Molotov. And we are going to use this. Now, you should have 2 Molotovs by this point. You pick up the Molotov that was back at the thing. We're going to throw that, and we're going to shoot at her, and that's going to stun her. And now we're going to use this. Yeah, if you've got 2 Molotovs, just throw 2 Molotovs. That's enough. If you've got the Requiem, throw a Molotov and shoot her with the Requiem. And that should be enough. And there you go. And now she's going to just run as she usually does. She knocks you, but it doesn't injure you if you can run past her. Yeah, so she's going to head upwards. Now we're going to just continue sprinting. There's no point in trying to be stealthy about it. This section kind of is almost kind of scripted how things go if you just stay doing this order. Turn on this light. She's going to burst through. Have her walk a little bit more forward. She walks into the light before then interacting with the switch. That's going to be this one. So now it's the one where you need to kind of be a little bit more patient. So we do want her to chase us, but not right now. If you have a bottle, chuck a bottle over there, have her move and then run towards it. But what we're going to do is we're going to wait. She's going to turn and start going to... not that way. That is not the way I wanted her to go. Usually she turns and goes to the left, but basically what we're doing here is we're kind of waiting for her to come back on herself. And then when she comes back on herself, that's when we're going to be getting the aggro, and we're going to go and get chased by her, so we can make sure that we're not getting chucked backwards. So she should go over to the left. What we want to do is we're going to start sprinting. She should, there you go, notice us there. And then she's going to climb over that. That's what we want her to do. And you want to carry on running. And she's going to be very close to you. She moves quite fast. So you want to move over to here. You want to grab this handle, turn around and see where she is. You see she's right there. Quickly then come around onto that right side, interact with the handle. With the handle on it, spam X because you need to click it again to pull the handle, and then there you go. That's the easier way to get her done. So then she, usually what would happen is when you reach this point is she will burst out from the window and like grab you and lob you to here. And then you've got her standing in your way, and you need to like either stun her or on insane difficulty, you kind of need to run away, get to another light source before coming back to it again. So instead of doing that, just having her chase you, and so long as you kind of like, you know, she'll be very close, you just pick up the crank, walk your way around or sprint your way around the little shelving unit that was in the middle there. Then you should be more than fine to be able to continue going, because there is no checkpoint in that bit. Now she's going to come up here. What you want to do is quickly run over to this light, turn on the light. That's going to then blind her, and then click the button. I'm not sure if you can get away with clicking the button without, before her grabbing her grabbing you, sorry, but it's better safe than sorry. And then there you go. That is that section done. It's also Grace's section done. So we got no more Grace section. It's just going to be Leon now. Well, I say no more Grace section. It's just going to be Leon for the foreseeable future until we're near the end of the game. Then next time we get hold of Grace, we're not going to be having the Requiem anymore. It's going to be a little bit more difficult. But we'll see. Hopefully those stabilizers do quite a good job damage-wise. So back as Leon. The sniper rifle we're not going to need to keep, I don't believe. So when we come to the box, we can sell it. But you can, I would recommend to keep the Requiem, or even better, which I might do, is buy the shotgun. Because literally just for that section where you're really close and you're on top of the elevator going down, the shotgun is just ideal. And it might also be useful to either have the machine gun or to have a pistol for when we reach the glass section. The shotgun actually still works there, actually. The shotgun should be fine. Okay. So this is going to be a very easy boss battle. You just shoot your RPG up there, it saves you having to cut through it. Just run here, have it break through, use circle to quick turn. You basically pull back and click circle to do a quick turn. We're just going to run all the way to the other end. And that is going to be that. It's here, even if you shoot the spider here, it's not going to do anything. Like, you can shoot the spider with the RPG, it's not going to do squat. if you stand a little bit further back when you do that section, you do not get stunned there. I'm maybe standing a bit too close.
All right. Now what?
Moving very slowly there. I don't know why I was kind of wasting my time going through with that. We'll just use the axe, chop through. We're gonna shoot there. We know that there's gonna be spiders, so you can run through this bit. But the spiders, like unlike in casual difficulty, the spiders are a little bit more active, being able to injure you. So use the RPG. Get through that section. Trigger the spider as usual. And just make sure there's no other spiders behind you, which there are not. And we can make our way up. And then just shoot the motherfucker with the rocket launcher. There you go. A very, very easy boss fight with the RPG, and that is basically all the other boss fights in this. Which is why insane difficulty, for the most part, is basically exactly the same as what the normal playthrough is, if not somewhat easier. Although I have said that, and we've gone through, and you know the Marie boss fight can be difficult if you don't know what you're doing, and obviously arc at the end when we come to it. But we've got a little whiles yet. We're about halfway through the game at this point, as I say. I think the fastest time I've completed Insanity difficulty was 2:10. I think it was. I can't remember what it was on the... I can't remember what it was now on the thing. I don't know if Resident Evil have an end stats screen. So when I click that, we need to look at the files to be able to progress. We're going to interact with this because I'm going to buy... I'm going to sell the sniper and I'm going to buy the police shotgun. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to get rid of the marksman rifle, and while we're at it, we can get rid of the handgun and the hand grenades because we're not going to be needing those either. I'm going to go to the police shotgun. I am just going to... I don't even need to increase this power actually. We're going to buy the body armor, and I'm going to buy the case, and I'm going to buy the 2 herbs. So now that way we can sit there, we can get another herb. You can see here I've got 4 healing with me right now. So you got 4 herbs. Plenty for if you take any damage. Because obviously if you... and you will probably be taking damage here. Because this is the section where we're going to start seeing the enemies that have the, like, military thing, guns. So get your pistol out, aim upwards, shoot. Aim up there, shoot. And we're going to get shot in the back here. You can see my health just went down. It's probably going to go down again because these guys deal so much damage. We probably should have shot them first. Because, like, you see that? We probably should have shot them first before moving. But they do a horrendous amount of damage. They will kill you in seconds. Those guys, they are devastating. So you can sort of stand down at the bottom and kind of wait. Or you can do what I did and climb upwards. The body armor is only really, like, I mean, it's good for everyone, but it's really only excels when it comes to bullet damage. And so long as we've got body armor for there and body armor for another section that'll be coming up shortly, but we can sit there and buy the body armor, so
Bad news, Sherry.
that is fine. There are plenty of opportunity for us to use this save box, but we'll be coming down the elevator next to the save box anyway.
Yeah.
There is a herb here. I'll pick it up.
Part for the detonator somewhere around here.
So you just where it is. Obviously, whenever you go to that box as well, if you can see a herb that, like, you can purchase a herb, buy it. The only reason we're going to be using the points now is going to be for buying the
2 more parts and I can rig the detonator.
it's going to be for buying armor
Can you see any
and armor repairs.
Another BSA can.
You don't even need to buy the inventory carrying. The only reason I do it is more so I pick up a lot of stuff whilst I'm running past, just in case it's a herb. but sometimes you end up picking up ammo and other bits, and so you can take them and then sell the ammo, which then helps you repair your armor and stuff. But if you're just a little bit more selective with what you're picking up, you can end up having a fine inventory space anyway. Just gonna shoot over there, clear out those zombies. So since we're down here, what we're gonna do now, definitely make a save. Obviously, to save, you don't need to wait for me to tell you when to save. Save whenever you can. Because it is much better to be safe than sorry. And then we're just going to repair our armor here. So we're back up to 2. And we're going to hopefully get enough points whilst going through here. And in fact, we will get enough points whilst going through here to get our armor up to level 3. Only for these gun guys. I swear, these people with the guns are more difficult than the bosses in this game. Because even when you shoot the rocket launcher, they sort of spray the gun, and those bullets are insanely accurate for someone who has no control over the submachine gun that they're holding. Get rid of them. I believe that there is a herb if you go inside the room to the left. I'm not going to bother picking it up though. And then run close here, you're going to have 2 enemies spawn. They're not going to get killed with the original blast with the first person. So you need to move forward a little bit beforehand. Go to the left. I tried going to the right. It's worse. This way is just better. Get rid of them. Kind of just make your way through. Get rid of them. We want these people to kind of burst through the door. So you can shoot at the feet. And then run past that guy. Oh, okay, why not? You can hit me twice. Yep. There we go. Interesting. Shoot that guy again to be safe. It was very odd. Just gonna keep on walking here. There we go. That's the first place done. You see, even I can't go through these things perfectly. I end up taking damage every now and again. It just goes to show you that insanity, it sometimes things can just happen and bite you in the arse. You might have used way more herbs than what I've used, but or you've used less, hopefully. It's really not too bad. I'm like kind of being a little bit foolish as well. Like I definitely should have shot again there, but as I mentioned earlier, I'm a little bit impatient. I like doing things fast, even if that's at the detriment to making life harder for myself. Alright, so we're going to have these guys spawn. Usually, as I say, in the normal playthrough, I'd let these guys come a little bit closer to me here before shooting them. So then that way, the big blister boss that spawns here doesn't infect them. We're not doing that this time around. Because this time around, we're just going to kill him right there. And he's going to be miles away from everyone. So, super easy. So we'll spin that the whole way. There's going to be a couple enemies here. I'm just going to shoot him. I'm going to run around to this right side. There's an enemy that's sort of above us that is just dropping down. You shoot there to kill him as well, because he will jump at you. Grab the herb. And there we go, that section is done. Maybe at a later date I'll come back through on Insanity and I'll try and see about doing a guide without any of the bonuses. Just in case it'd be something that people would want to try and do for the challenge. Because I feel like I'd be intrigued to do the challenge of doing it without any of the bonus infinite weapons and whatever and running through. But we'll see. Alright. Plug that in. Through we go. Alright, we're going to ignore that, and we're now just going to come straight up. So this is the area where you're going to want body armor. I don't have body armor, I'm going to risk it. Because as I mentioned earlier, I am impatient. There is a place where we can sit there and buy some body armor up there, but if you want to be safer, just, you know, buy it now, go back and buy it now. So you know where the shortcut is. You let down that little thing. Instead of cranking straight away here, turn around and kill these guys. We don't need to worry about them. We don't need to try and run past them or do anything special. As I say, we're still, or you would still be trying to go for the 300 kills at this point. Which, to be honest, by now it probably would have popped. But it's always good to just carry on killing them anyway, because that is going to give you... we don't need to be out here. That is going to give you more points. More points means more repair for our armor and buying more herbs. All wins. Be careful when you shoot this guy. Sometimes you can shoot him and his grenade won't go off. It will drop on the floor, and when you run past it, the grenade will go off. So don't end up dying there foolishly. Learn from my mistakes. Thankfully it was on casual when it happened, so it didn't kill me. Okay.
One of the parts should be just up here.
So, keeping the sniper rifle for this bit isn't a bad shout, but you can kill these guys with just using the rocket launcher if you're just aiming at the right place. You just need to kind of have the, well, be aiming in the right location for it. So you're going to have two enemies that sort of come out here. You're going to sort of run to let them spawn, then run back. And we're going to reload, and we're going to want to shoot the gun there to stop him. And now there's going to be one more gun that shoots at us. You can climb up the ladder to the left if you want to. I think it's safer to sort of go up here. You can then shoot. You know you've killed him when the 1,000 points come through. Because basically there's quite a few enemies through here. And there's some of them that have a machine gun. So coming this way allows you to avoid being hit with the guy with the machine gun. And someone else has gotten on the gun up there. So you can see like there, that guy with the machine gun. So now you can sort of hide underneath here. Make sure to check behind you every now and again. That no one's coming up from the side. But like there's going to be someone on the ground, so you want to shoot. There we go. So that is with them dead. We can now run over. Arguably one of the safest times I think I've ever done that route. Which is good considering that I obviously don't have any body armor on. Obviously with the body armor it is much safer. Much safer. I say much safer. It's dangerous. It's still very dangerous. But you know, if I took one spray from that machine gun, I probably would have been dead without body armor. Easily clear them out.
Found the signal receiver. At least what's left of it.
Okay.
And then if you just come over to the left here and drop down, I find it's a little bit faster.
I found some evidence of the Pentagon putting pressure on the BSAA.
Then going all the way around
Here's the North
that balcony area.
American has been moving
And then we'll go and get the fuel.
Heard they had an internal dispute.
So yeah, that's the shortcut there.
That's all I've got.
Obviously you just pull the switch over to the right. On my first playthrough, I never even realised that switch was there. I never used it. I ran all the way through that sort of building when you first enter to go through it.
Watch your back. I'll contact you again soon.
You don't need to kill those guys. I was just shooting them for extra points. So feel free to ignore them. Like this guy there, I'm going to shoot for the extra points. The guy on the floor here always jumps up, so you want to shoot around the corner to get them. We're going to be getting a free herb here. And a gas can here.
Let me
There's
guess.
going to be two people there. You don't need the thing. You don't need the chainsaw, so don't bother about picking it up. We've got an infinite rocket launcher. What are we going to do with the chainsaw? The little mini boss here as well is going to be super easy to kill. So, same thing as usual. Get the rocket launcher out, shoot everyone around here until you've cleared them out. It's in an awkward position. I tend to like staying in this left area here. I find I don't really get swarms. I don't really have any of them come behind me. You sort of have this 2 in the corner here that I killed to begin with. But the rest kind of come more over from the middle or the right. I believe that is everyone. Yeah. And then you just shoot in. There we go. With him dead, we're going to run through this fire. Ain't got time to wait for it. There it is, there's the gas can. So we've got the pistol still, and we've got the shotgun. So we've got the shotgun for the elevator section, we've got the pistol for the glass section, because obviously you don't want to be using the RPG in the glass section. Well, on the glass. We actually will be using the RPG in the glass section, just not to shoot the flooring out from people. Hopefully we can avoid a death there. If you avoided getting the BSAA crates as well in the first playthrough, because maybe you didn't think you'd have enough time, because I mean it does get in the one of the raccoons and one of the BSAA crates, it does take like an extra maybe 5 or 10 minutes, and if your time is already quite tight, if that was something that you skipped out on, obviously remember to do it now on this playthrough. Usually it would be what I would do. Before I'd done it all in one playthrough, realising how much spare time I had. Because doing it on Insanity, you know, you don't need to worry about the time limit. And so this is just your friendly reminder. Or at least make a save, make a backup save here, and you can come back to it once you completed the game. And you don't need to go through half the game just to reach this location again. That's also just a good general rule of thumb anyway. It's just to keep a save in each of the main locations. Which are usually the main locations, like the saves I like to keep. Make a save here as well. But the main locations I like to keep is I like to keep a save in this section. So I'll always have a save in the Raccoon City camp. I have a save at the beginning section of the basement. I have a save after you come out from the basement and before you go into, like you go outside with Emily. You can make a save there because then you've just got free roam of the entire clinic to pick stuff up, so I like having the save there. And then obviously a save come the Ark as well. And a save at the start of the Raccoon Police Department. At least that way then you've got a save in all of these like key locations where if you end up missing a collectible and you don't want to get the collectible on a new game, you can load up those saves and only have to replay like a 10-minute portion to pick up the file, and as soon as you pick up the file you can leave the save and then go pick up on another save and continue, because the collectibles all carry over. Very nicely like that. Oh, I thought I was going to walk off the edge. So that's where actually having the machine gun is honestly pretty good at this point as well, just being able to shoot. More so to shoot these barricades and whatever faster. Again, there's a crate behind me if you wanted to shoot it in the hope that you can get some med injectors or a herb. Definitely worthwhile.
Damn it.
Don't like how Leon has to reload before switching his gun. It'd be useful actually if Leon had some stabilizers. If you can, but I don't believe you can get stabilizers or steroids as Leon. Because he's already fucking roided and steroided out. How else do you think he looks this good? So head over to the right side, to the left. Allow that to fall down. Right, now this is the section where we're going to want our pistol out. Only to begin with though. So you want to shoot the board there, shoot the glass out from underneath these two, reload, then run through, quickly shoot the glass underneath these two canisters because we've got that guy behind you, get your rocket launcher back out, shoot the guy up there, reload very quickly because this guy with the grenade is chasing you, and just shoot there at the floor to get him. And then that way you should avoid having been pushed off. You want to focus on killing the guy. I know the guy sprinting, like dead sprinting at you with the grenade is daunting, but shoot the guy with the machine gun first. He will be the trouble child. And the grenade is whatever. Usually I think the grenade guy sort of grabs you, and then you can you need to tap X to chuck him off. But yeah, thankfully there is an autosave right before you drop down onto that glass area. So if you do die there, I believe you get sent back to that spot. At least that's where I got sent back to on casual difficulty. And you can see now, look, I've got a checkpoint in the top left. I don't know if you just saw it. Those icons, they still come in insanity. You know, these little autosaves. Oh, that was terrible. These little autosaves didn't happen in Resident Evil 4 or Resident Evil 2. So enjoy them in 9. They were gracious for us. Right, I'm going to shoot there. There's going to be quite a lot of enemies here, so I kind of just get my shots ready. You want to reload, get your pistol out, shoot that explosive, and then keep your pistol out and shoot the crane. And now we can go back to our rocket launcher. Obviously, be sure to stay away a little bit from the from that crate, just because they do burst out. And there we go. There's that section done. Well, the first part of that section done. Now, if you wanted to, if you lost armor, if you want to save, then go through there. You can go through and you can save your game, and you can pick up some more armor as well. I'm not going to do that. But yeah, if you follow through there, it's a very short way and you can get back to here very quickly without encountering any enemies. There's no harm in not saving, basically, is what I'm trying to say. I just have confidence in myself. I'm hoping they're not going to be my final last words. So, let's carry on going through here. Making sure we're just shooting everyone here. You get tons and tons of points. Shoot that in the explosion. That's going to get rid of the chainsaw guy as well. That's probably the only trouble you're potentially going to get into. You can destroy all those crates. I honestly very rarely feel like I ever get healing items in those specific crates there. So, you know, it's up to you if you want to waste the time for it. But I have got it once, so it's not impossible. You saw again then, we got a checkpoint. So you'll see, killing these guys through the windows doesn't actually give us any points unless they are the ones that are due to come and drop down on top of us. So for now I just like shooting up into here. I say you kind of want to look left and right just to make sure no one's dropped down in front of you. I'm also looking more left and right. It kind of seems like I'm a paranoid because I don't have game sound on. I'm honestly, I'm unsure what I want to do with that. I'm unsure if I want to install the virtual audio stuff or if I might just get an amp to avoid having to do any of that, but we'll see. So yeah, like you can see, killing these guys, you see I didn't get any points because those guys aren't going to be ones that are going to drop down on top of me. They're basically like placeholders there. So they're going to drop down from higher up. So if you're looking up, you're going to see where they're going to drop down on top of you from. We can't really look any higher up than where we are. I'm kind of unsure as well with, like, you know, killing some of these ones in... killing some of these ones behind the walls. If it stops them from spawning later on. There you go, we've got two people dropping down now. We're going to get the shotgun out. One of them's a blister head. You can use the Requiem as well. Probably better shout against the blister heads. There we go. Got a nice parry off too. Oh, don't worry, we got a double parry off. trying to build different like that. Well, there you go. That's that section done.
This is a lucky day.
Cheeky little RPG down there, get tons of points. Cheeky little RPG here as well, get tons of points. It's just 2 sets of locations for enemies. Don't need to shoot them, but it's 3 points. Again, as I say, the other trophy that you probably don't have by this point if you didn't use the save scum is the 200,000 points. You would have most certainly got it by now, or if you return to the crate right now, you would get it.
Luckily, I found a bike. Should make up for lost time.
Very, very easy to get. This is why I mentioned about, like,
Center in the 419.
in the guide you have the saves. Like, yeah, you can make the saves there to get it done in the first run. You just don't need to. There is no need to. You're going to get it in Insanity anyway, and those bonus points that you get, you're not going to be using them. So the only save one I would say is, obviously, you need to do Bloodlust. Obviously, use it for Bloodlust to get the trophy and to get the extra 10,000 points. And then, obviously, that allows you to get everything that we need for the Insanity playthrough. Everything else is just going to be for vanity stuff. Or if you want to try out different weapons on Insanity, is the only other reason you would use everything else. I mean, there's a couple of guides that I saw and watched who basically said to do the saves and to do it that way. Just get it in the save. So, like I said before, try not to don't shoot these guys until they're alongside you, because then you can see that they die relatively quickly. Otherwise, you are just going to be wasting your ammo. These guys aren't going to get to you anyway, but you can shoot them just to try and get some extra points.
Pups could use more training.
I realise I haven't turned off vibration on the controller. My hands are going numb. How strong the vibrations are in the DualSense 5. I used to not mind vibrations in my controllers, and now I just can't stand it. Alright, get rid of those two. Reload up, get ready to shoot this guy, because he is going to instantly have the red arrow back up again to shoot you. You only need to shoot him the once. Well, I say the once. Get rid of that red arrow, reload, and get ready for the 2, I think they're called worms, that come out here. And then we're going to have another 2, and we drop down here. That one, and get rid of... Oh, they actually hit me. This is fine though, we're not going to be getting any more, we shouldn't be taking any more damage. There we go. So we want to shoot this guy to the right, shoot this guy to the left, then shoot Victor if you can. And then obviously get rid of that worm, whatever it's called.
We can. Seriously. I don't give up that easy.
This bit, as I said before, you don't need to really, I don't think you need to input anything into the controller here. You auto-accelerate, and I think it auto-turns you. So you're in safe hands, but we've basically completed this section here. It's now just going to be that final section with Victor. Right, that's that section done. Now it's going to be to the RPD. forget, we're going to have to obviously do the orphanage section. Now, there is a trick in the orphanage section, which makes it go much faster, and it does work on Insane. Obviously, we done it in the casual one, and we're going to be doing it again in this. It works in both of them, thankfully, so it saves us some time. The only thing we can't seem to do is make Chloe run faster. She still runs really slowly. Unfortunately.
Can't believe it's still stinking.
So let's open up the door, and then this is where you would make another manual save if you're basically trying to keep track of all your save bits. Right, we're going to use the crate just so it registers the points. It only registers your points, by the way, when you interact with the crate. So if you have all of these points and then you end up dying and you go back into the save and you've done all that grinding, you've lost those points. So always try and interact with the crate after each big section that you do. But yeah, by now, 100% you would have the accumulated points for that trophy. And I believe that should be, if I quickly double check my checklist as well. Here. Yeah, so the only thing that you probably are going to have now is for using 300 blood in crafting. And obviously the Insanity trophy itself. Those are probably the only trophies that you kind of have left. Oh no, that is a lie. You'd have the blood one done as well, because we crafted the 2 steroids and the stabilizers. So that would be everything. You should now just have the Insanity trophies left. Or if you didn't get, you know, cutting the licker's tongue off in the previous playthrough, you might have that. So it'll just be miscellaneous that you have missed yourself, that you need to be picked up. But if you didn't get the trophies that I got in the first playthrough and the secondary trophies in this Insanity playthrough, then just make sure that you at least follow those saves that I had, or the specific save points that I mentioned. And I believe I mentioned them in casual as well, and kind of keep those slots. I know I'm one of those people that don't really like using tons of slave slots. I don't like using loads of save slots either. I like keeping it clean, but I would rather have these checkpoint saves that save me having to do, like, you know, 30 minutes, an hour and a half of the game, to instead just be able to load up the save straight away, take me 5 or 10 minutes to do a cleanup that I need to do, and then go back. In fact, it's what I had to do in the casual run for the lockpick when we were going for the platinum. Oh, to which, yeah, you won't see, I don't think, on that platinum. So with the Insane run, I had it where I obviously was recording the Insane difficulty, and my PC crashed and it corrupted my recording, and it crashed during the fight with the girl. So right at the end of Grace's section, which is why we're not seeing any of the trophies pop here on this Insane run. But I do have the footage from after Grace's section going for it, so that's what I mentioned earlier in this video, that I would splice them, but I figured that I wouldn't, because I think during that video I'm sitting there going, oh, well, I don't know if I'm going to upload this now, I don't know if I'm going to do this, that, and the other, and it's like, well, let's just, you know, I'll just record it fresh. I'll record an Insane run fresh. This is exactly what I've done on the run. We're just not seeing the trophies pop up, unfortunately. And all the challenges. But yeah, I basically, on that entire run, I realised that I had missed the lockpick. And I didn't do the lockpick until right at the very end. So, which is why I'm showing you the lockpick here. I done it during the Insanity run. It's easier to get during the casual difficulty, but you know, you got many opportunities to use the lockpick. Okay, same as usual. So we'll have that glass break, hide underneath here. And now we wait. Probably got about 30 minutes, 40 minutes left of the game, depending how difficult the arc section is going to be for us. we're just gonna wait. As soon as it tells you, like, you can basically spam X, so you can't leave until a specific time anyway, so you can just spam X, and as soon as you can get out, get out. There, again, if you just carry on running, they're not gonna aggro onto you. You can just move. Go through here. Now, if you have a look, so basically we're gonna go around this corner, we're gonna see them, we're gonna turn around. If you can listen, as I say, I don't have noise on. As soon as you hear a door slam, you can turn back around. But if you want to be sure, this always works without hearing the door slam, is go underneath the table and then instantly come back out from the table. That always guarantee works. In fact, you might even hear the door slam now. Because I am, that's usually where I hear the slam. But I've seen clips where it slams earlier. I'm going to be intrigued coming back on the edit on that and seeing if I if I called the slam at the right time. That'd be fun. Okay. So, we're going to do the faster way for this. I'm going to come over here. See that it is locked. That is then going to allow us to interact with this. We'll grab hold here. Yeah, depending how long Soros is, I think that might be where we spend a lot of time making a guide or doing a video on next time. I think I quite enjoy... Oh, by the way, sprint here and just run behind this person and just spam interacting with the hatch. They shouldn't be able to get you before you can make it down. But yeah, I think what I would do is it will probably be Saros. And I think the style of videos that we've kind of been doing with Little Nightmares and with Resident Evil, I think will probably be what we carry on doing. It's easier for me to do. It still lets me to do allows me to do edits. It allows me to give you guys tips on how to do platinums faster. Without the other platinum videos that I've done, don't get me wrong, I very much enjoyed making them and I enjoyed editing them. I just don't like that style too much. I feel like there's a formula somewhere where it can make that style more entertaining, but the style and how it is, and I'm not smart enough to think of how to improve it, I don't particularly like. So instead of trying to replicate it anymore, I figured we'd stick it to being these walkthrough guides where I talk to you, I tell you what I'm doing, I let you know the tricks when we're going through things, and we'll try and keep things nice and simple and quick. So we can ignore the toe tag. Don't need to pick up any of these collectibles. Almost to the end of this section. And then we'd be on essentially what I'd call the home straight, I think. There we go.
What's wrong with them? What is this place?
spam click that. Zoom through it. Get drugged. Come back as Leon.
I just sent you the coordinates.
Yeah,
Don't have time to
super
deal
excited
with
to see
this.
what they come up with for the DLCs. It's going to be really fun being able to go through this game and going through the DLCs, trying to like really go through the routes and what makes things faster and good techniques and whatnot. Maybe I'll sit there and go back onto Resident Evil 7 and sort of go through techniques for 21. You must die, because 21 it's difficult. It is difficult, but it's so much fun. It's so much fun. Right, I don't think I can run towards him to bait he's here, because he a quick boy. Alright, I think that's what it did. Oh, I mean it did bait it, but he punched me. He hit me. But our body armor, thankfully, you know, the body armor that's meant to help for bullets and explosives, it helps with Mr. X's punches,
What is ARC?
because they are explosive.
But apparently it's someplace important.
You see as well, I didn't point out any of the letters from 1998 on this run as well. If you want those, I'll point them out. I point out to where they are on the casual difficulty. This one is just a straight run.
It hasn't changed.
Make sure here, before going all the way forward, I mean, you can sit there and make a save if you want to be safe and get yourself some more body armor, but pick up that med injector. That is just oh, I missed. That is just the big ask I ask of you. God, he's quick, isn't he? Just make sure you get the med injector.
I'll stop you as many
Every
times
little
as-
helps, and we're probably going to be healing a fair bit when we reach the inside of the Ark, because loads of people with guns, and those guns tear your health apart. This is basically where I end up saving majority of my med injectors for, because you barely take much damage whilst going through this game, if you're playing safe and not shooting the RPG too close to your feet. So
Getting underground to look
by the
for
time you
this.
get to the end, you often have quite a lot. We're going to be getting a little bit. There's going to be some enemies here. We're going to be getting some spiders. They're going to come from the walls. So you're going to have some. Oh, one of them survived, sneaky bastard. So you're going to have some there, and then you're going to have more coming from here. So just before you start going AFK and sprinting. Right, here are you.
I guess this is messed up. BSAA left something behind. It just keeps going.
I need to go through and set up all my alerts, my follows and whatnot.
Finally reached the bottom.
Twitch.
That's one
as well after having this whole new PC, and probably what I'll be doing tomorrow. I was also thinking as well about making a video for Exit 8, but we'll see. We will see. I'm hoping that obviously this is going to be, the Insanity run will be useful for everyone. We've got that's a full platinum run through for it now. Unfortunately, obviously the trophies aren't there popping, which is really unfortunate. I am upset with that, but that is a full run through. If you want to watch it, you want to parry this guy. You will never have enough time to look, aim, and shoot. Alright, there's going to be a guy with a machine gun there, as opposed to a plant around that corner. So don't go running out, otherwise he'll get you. And then there's going to be another guy there, so just shoot at the door. And now get rid of him. Shoot there, see if we get... Okay. Rockets don't do anything. Basically just see if we have any herbs. Aim more to the right of this plant and shoot with the RPG, and then that will get both of them. Do the same thing for this one. Basically aim more for the right side, and then that's going to get both the plants, as opposed to you having to hit them both separately. Drop down, shoot this guy in the face. That's going to trigger his next one, and then shoot there. And that's that boss fight done. Very, very quick. Very simple as well. The ads are more dangerous than the bosses on these rocket launcher runs, on this Insanity run. Okay, there is a save room to the left, in which I'm not going to use, but you can use it. There's also an item crate as well, if you want to sit there and upload any of the points and or buy an upgrade to your armor or repair your armor. Feel free to grab those. There's no harm in doing so. Now what you want to do is kind of aim for this left side of the door, wait for the door to open, wait a second for them to come out, and then shoot. And you should, for the most part, kill all of them. They won't die instantly. There is like, they kind of run a little bit. Like sort of like headless chickens, they're already dead. The same thing happens in this section here, if you're really quick at shooting. Let's see if I can show you it or not. Kind of be very careful here. Saw the guy move. Don't know whether that got him or not though. Because they can shoot you through the grates of the floor here. So you want to be making sure that they are all dead. Saw there's two of them. Gonna reload. We're gonna heal as well. Look how many herbs we have. There we go. Let's quickly use all of those. Heal up. Drop down. And now you're going to see what I mean. So if you want to shoot here first, they're not going to die instantly. It's basically going to take a second, but they will die. You see? They're dead. Like, you basically set them on fire, and then as soon as they land, they die. But I normally go for the shield one first, because the shield one is a pain in the ass. Normally you can land a little bit faster as well, and when you land faster and set yourself up, you can shoot deeper into the hallway. You don't need to wait as long as I did for them to come out. Right, the hunk fight. RPG at the ground, shoot it. And there you go. That's him dead. There is a fast way that you can kill him on casual now as well, or if you didn't want to shoot him and do it legitimately, there is a fast way you can do that too. And now you want to look towards the door, because you're going to have people that are going to come through. And you want to reload, and you want to shoot your RPG at it. I believe you've got 2 that come through there. Shot that one a bit too close. You've got 2 that come through there. And then, lost all my armor now. Oh, 3 that come through there. And then you're going to have 1 who's going to be all the way on the back steps over there. Just make sure you shoot there. And then that is... Oh, he's still alive. Oh, fucker. There we go.
Should be nearby.
And now you, if you've killed them all now, don't heal. You might as well save your healing. There's going to be no more enemies for this part. And we're going to be going over to Grace. So this is the dreaded section. The only section where I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll make the Insanity run through video as well. For specifically this section, because I find it a little bit more difficult, and which is, yeah, obviously on top of having some people in the comment of the last video asking for the Insanity run, this is one of the big reasons why I would also like to obviously present this video and do this guide. So you'll see we do not have the Requiem. We don't have any gun actually, because we didn't pick up the pistol in the care center, and the Requiem we give back to Leon. So we don't have any weapons. That's going to change because we bought the Freya needle gun. Now, if you haven't bought the needle gun, by this point you would have done the the BSAA crates. If you didn't do it, you would have done the 300 crafting with the blood injector. You would have done the 200,000 points one. You would have had all of those done, which would give you enough points to go and buy it. So make a save, quit out the game, buy the needler, then come back, and we want that in our inventory. I'm not going to take the raccoon. We're going to leave the raccoon because that's a pre-order thing, so you guys might not have it. We are going to take the herbs though, and we are going to take the glass bottles that I had in it. And we're going to keep on us the... actually, I'm going to make another save just in case I die and not have to go through all that again. We are keeping on us the skull charm, which you should have picked up from Chunk, because that skull charm may save us. I'm really hoping it does. Well, hopefully, actually, we don't need to use it. But yes, this is the section where it becomes difficult. Now, you can try and sneak around it, but the zombies are going to make that not possible. So instead, what you're going to want to do is we're going to try and kill every single licker that we can. So, this is the first one. Obviously, always try and aim for the head if you can. Shoot, 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 shoot. And then you see, I think the stabilizer, we just had enough there to be able to kill him. There is going to be a licker that is going to get aggroed onto us, so you want to quickly shoot him. Reload. Aim at this doorway. Shoot, 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 shoot. If they back up like what they just did there, run away, because they're going to do a pounce. So reload whilst running. Come over to this doorway and shoot, 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 shoot. There we go. Maybe you want to run a little bit further out before doing it. It could even be beneficial going into third person here during this section, because they can be very, very close, like what you was there. Or they were. It was. Whatever you want to call it. I'm going to grab the herb. I'm going to grab the empty bottle. Because soon we're going to be getting the crafting recipe for the acid bottles, which is what we're going to be using and abusing. And take care of this guy. Pick up the bottle. Take care of this guy. Come around and pick up this bottle. We've got 2 bottles of acid. Pick up the key. And you can see, you just saw him there through the window. There was going to be another zombie lurking. So, come through, shoot him. And then we can't use that door anymore. You can't use it in Insanity. It just doesn't open. So instead we have to take the long way round. There's a bottle here as well that you can pick up. Yeah, I can't remember the specific on what the crafting materials are for the acid bombs. In fact, I suppose it might be something similar to the Molotov, where I think it is just a blood
Not dead yet.
and bottles. So if you want to start sucking up blood, now is the time to do it. There is going to be a licker around here. What we're going to want to do is wait for him to come out a little bit more before we shoot him. There you go. Because if you shoot him too early, oh, that's a problem. Oh, ouch. So you see, thankfully, our steroids there kept us alive. Yeah, I was literally one bullet away from death. Our steroids there kept us alive. So taking those, or it was the sorry, it wouldn't have been the steroids. It would have been the charm, I think, because we haven't taken these steroids yet. If you have steroids, you would have survived from the steroids. If you haven't taken them yet, it would have been the fatal charm that stopped us from dying. Because when I tell you that they one-shot you, I'm not joking. They one-shot you. It's dangerous. So you want to flick that on. There we go, and flick this on. But definitely, as I said, wait for the enemy to come out a little bit more. If you shoot them too early, they retreat back around the corner, so you only get a couple of shots in. And then it's just kind of a pain. So it's better just to shoot, because they'll always jump back and be temporarily stunned, so usually you have enough time to have them come out, shoot, and then just carry on shooting. My accuracy just evidently wasn't there during that section. Alright, we're going to make a save here, because now we're going to be heading into this section first behind us to go through here. So usually what I'm going to actually do, I'm going to make a Molotov, because Molotovs are good for these sort of like infected people. I mean, the acid is too, but obviously we don't have the crafting recipe for the acid yet. So I'm going to use a Molotov, and it's not going to kill everyone. In fact, it's not even going to be close to killing everyone. But what it will do is it will weaken them, so in that way we can shoot them instead, and us shooting them will kill them quicker than rather than if we was just shooting them overall. Because quite a lot of enemies are going to come pouring through this door. We've also got blood transfusion kit there, so we want to grab that. Grab the paperweight. Ooh. Too much in our inventory, apparently. We'll discard that. Actually, we could have used this. Oh well. Alright. Molotov, and just lob it out that door. And then spray. Spray, spray, spray. You can see that, you know, the fire's there, but you can shoot them to kill them a bit faster. And you've got the two there. We're just going to carry on running to ignore them. If they're already there, just stay, like, shooting and backing away inside that room. Just try not to go over to the left middle of that room if you're looking towards the exit. Because I believe there is a zombie on a bed there, and he wakes up if you get close to them. So best to avoid that. Alright. So I'm going to head through here. I'm going to put the paperweight looking thing onto there. I'm going to head over to here. At this point, by the way, you can just be taking your steroids if you want to, as opposed to waiting to use them as a healing item. Because, you know, this is the last sort of combat encounter. There's no reason to be saving them. I'm just using them as my own healing thing. There you go. That is going to be the bottle of acid. Now, what we do want to do is make the bottle of acid. We've got 3 of them. That is good. In fact, I am going to take a steroid injection, because we are now coming up to the section with a lot of liquors. So, we've got some bottles, and we've got some acid bottles as well. These are both going to become in handy in making noises to bait out the infected to come and get us. This section here can be a tiny bit tedious, so we're going to have a zombie that's going to come out of here. We're going to shoot them, and a liquor is going to be aggroed onto us. So, I'm going to reload quick, get the acid bottle, and lob it at the ground. Okay, that is really unfortunate. I've done that. So, wasted an acid there. I threw it a little bit too far back. Just kind of look closer to the ground towards you, anticipate where the liquor's coming, and lob that at the ground there. That will kill one of them. Then the second one will be coming through, and when that second one's coming through, you want to have him run through the poison. The acid won't kill him, but it will damage him enough for you to be able to then just finish him off. If you open up that door, there is an infected inside it. You will get more inventory space, but there's really no need. What we're going to do here is we're going to get a bottle. We're going to lob it here. That's going to get the liquors, sorry, to come snooping around. There's 2 of them. So we're going to kill them. Then we're going to shoot. He will die from the acid, don't worry. Then we're going to shoot the infected. Other 2 liquors dead. Perfect. Nat has made that clear for us. Yeah, that is the section that's kind of the... We can ignore him. That is the section that's kind of the annoying section. You can make a save here. Don't have to. But you can if you're not feeling confident. Make sure to grab this other orb. You don't have to come running back through. And then before jumping through, just kind of position yourself to kind of pick up that. Now, that bottle there. Now we can just run past these guys. They're just going to get aggroed. They're not going to try and jump at you. I'm going to jump down here. I'm going to carry on moving. As I said in the last guide, there is no... You can kill those 2 from the window and they can't get you. But there's no point in killing them. There's still going to be 2 enemies that are going to pop up here for us, regardless. So we've got 2 acid. What I'm going to do is I'm going to chuck 1 acid here. And then I'm going to chuck the other acid like this guy. He always comes through... Oh, he normally always comes over from the right side. As you can see there, I actually failed with my acid, so you can see he normally always goes over to the right. Normally you acid this one and the other one runs over to here. So you just kind of shoot, let him kind of like bait him, reload and shoot back down here. Now, the reason we don't go sprinting past all of them is because we have another one around the corner here. So, I'm going to shoot. I got a little bit cocky there because he was about to pounce at us. I just had confidence that I saw that I'd had a lot of bullets in his head. So I stuck with it. But yeah, you can go around the corner, shoot him a bit, run around, run back, reload, and shoot him again just to be safe. That is Grace's section done, though. That is the hard part of Grace's section done. Well, actually, that's just the hard part of Grace's thing done overall. When we take control of Grace, the only thing we're going to be doing is destroying Elpis. So it's now just Leon's section that remains. There we go. So, I'm going to heal, because we are relatively low on health. So I'll just use one of our healing items. Take care of you. Shoot at that corner there. There's going to be a liquor. And you don't want to be sitting there coughing up your guts when that liquor spawns. There he is. Would not be a good time. We're going to be seeing quite a few liquors shortly. Which, obviously, you can use that to try and get cat got your tongue if you want to. I find parrying is basically like kind of the same as what it is in regular. It doesn't seem like it's any harder on insane difficulty than what it is in casual. So if you're used to it in casual, then you can just do the same technique as what you do in casual in here. So shoot the one there. There's going to be one behind you. Shoot him. Right on here, one's going to drop from the vent. He will die.
I'll take out as many of you fuckers as I can.
There you go. That is them dead. We've got another one there behind us, but that's fine. We can continue running. We're going to have 2. That is around the corner there. So you kind of want to aim around that corner, but still trying to hit to the left. Pick the button. That one. There's one that was chasing after us earlier. We're not going to have any of the liquors now that are inside here. Click this, and now we're going to have a mixture of infected and liquors that are going to be spawning in front there. You can see we've got one. See, he's done a tongue attack, so we could have actually cut that off if we wanted to. But I was too busy reloading. And if it's one thing I know, apparently it's quite a hard thing to interrupt Leon's reload. When he wants to reload, you really can't input anything else. So there we go. We cleared them out. Head forward. There's going to be a herb here we can grab. 2. Plenty of healing on the insane difficulty run. I'm going to have another healing herb. Oh, I say healing herb, a med injector up here. So grab the key. Get the med injector. Open up and leave. Got this final kind of combat section here, which is kind of an annoying combat section with the lickers. It's kind of a bit chaotic, but I'll show you what I do. And hopefully it works out for me. So instead of camping in the corner like I usually do in casual, lickers kind of come down from everywhere. So you want to shoot and kind of run around in a circle like this. Because you're going to have some behind you, whilst also trying to go through. Just sorry, there it is. I'm just going to wait. Should be able to get 2 of them there. Don't know if I missed one of the other ones. You kind of like use the environment to your advantage. You know, the lickers can't hit you. They can't pounce at you if you are around like these little environments and stuff. So if you just carry on running and using it and abusing that, then you shouldn't get hit. That is pretty much the tactic there, as opposed to what it's in casual. And then once you've killed them, I think there's like 6 or 7 of them. You'll then have the infected spawn, in which you can sort of stay in the same spot as what I usually do. They walk faster. Oh fuck me, much faster apparently. But it's fine. The positioning is it's so fun. There you go. Done. Then we just wait for the elevator. Just gonna walk backwards into it. So when it opens up, we can go straight through. Can never be too sure if someone else is not like still lingering alive. Head through, click the button, and that's pretty much it now. Actually no, that is yeah, it's pretty much the end of the game, because now all we're going to be doing is we're going to be having this drunken infected walk, and taking over as Grace. And then destroying Elpis, and if you destroy Elpis, we don't have the other boss fight, because we do not need to worry about doing Victor's boss fight, because we've got the speedrun trophy, so we can just go straight through and just complete the game as fast as possible. So yeah, this is what I mean. Insane difficulty isn't too bad. It's nowhere near as bad as what Resident Evil 4's Professional is, and what Resident Evil 2's Hardcore mode is. I'd arguably even say it's easier than the Inferno difficulty for Resident Evil 3 Remake. And that is only because the annoying part of Resident Evil 3 Remake is right at the very beginning. You need to like dodge that zombie and get past that section. You can die so easily, and you know, like redo in a minute. It's trauma there for me, for that nightmare difficulty. So yeah, very easy, very simple. I hope the video does help you guys be able to get through it. It is, it really isn't that daunting, and the techniques that I've shown you here, I didn't even do flawlessly, and they still worked very well. So you've got plenty of room for error. You've got tons of time as well, because you won't be going for the speedrun trophy. It is very chill. And obviously you can combine, if you didn't grab all the files in your first run, you can combine getting all the files in your Insanity playthrough instead. There's no harm in doing so. So long as you have got that infinite rocket launcher and the infinite weapons, you are going to be more than fine to be able to go through the entirety of this. Yeah, I think if an achievement comes out to do the game without any bonus weapons, then
Leon!
I will go ahead and I'll pick back up on Resident Evil Requiem. I think for now, that is pretty much everything that there is for Resident Evil Requiem for you guys to get the platinum. It's all laid out for you. Everything's there, and obviously if you're still having trouble, you can come and ask me. But we'll sit there, we'll destroy Elpis now. And we'll finish it off, and then we'll probably be back with Resident Evil Requiem in May, when the DLC is supposedly meant to be coming out, unless it gets delayed.
This is
And then before then, hopefully we should be having a lot of other content coming through. I have been debating about picking up Marathon, going through Arc Raiders. Obviously, I said Exit 8. But if you have any ideas of other games that you want me to do, then obviously please let me know. I'll be more than happy to go through and make a guide on them. And if you want, you can also catch me on Twitch at twitch.tv /Sir_Harris, which the link should also be in the description. And finally, we do have members. You can become a member on the YouTube channel. The cheapest one is 99p. It is like, it will help me out tremendously if you could sit there and become a member. And that will just give me more motivation to sit there and continue doing these videos. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll hope to catch you guys in the next one. Take care.